Hey, welcome back, knife nerds, everyday care people. It's the Big Canucker here, coming at you from windy Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada. The frozen north is starting to thaw a little bit, and with that, everything comes into view. I don't know, I'm getting so philosophical. I'm not exactly sure why. Maybe it's spring, maybe it's the fact that I got a brand new grandson that was born a couple days ago, and wow, I have to say, oh man, holding those little babies in my arm, it is, it's fantastic. And if you are a grandfather or a going to be a grandfather, when you get that little bugger and you're holding them, it is like it melts your heart, and you'll do anything you can possibly do to make sure that kid never cries for the rest of his life. And that's how I feel. Now, I wish I could show you a picture, but my daughter, she's pretty socially conscious with. She says basically, please don't put his picture out there on social media yet. I don't know what for, but whatever. I'll listen to her. She's the mama. The one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to feed him full of sugar and I'm going to hand him back. All right. We have got ourselves a couple of quick kind of peek. I don't know, you would call it some quick impressions of a couple of knives that I've picked up here lately. And I have to say, they are a couple of beauts, and they could not be more opposite than you know what, they're extremely opposite of each other. One is a wicked little flipper that's kind of on the small side, and it's not really a technical knife. It's kind of a what do you call it? It is a paradigm of design and execution. And this next one here is a big old slicey folder that is designed by a gentleman by the name of Masad Ayub, who is a crazy technical guy. Here's the box. We'll get rid of that for now. Or no, he's a guy who's self-defense, gun expert, believes in, protecting himself. Well, hey, that's all power to him. And we have Ray Laconico here, who designed this knife. And he is a knife designer that I think his knives are as beautiful as they are functional. If everybody remembers, a little while ago, the Keen was really blowing everybody away. And I have a Keen. I actually have one of the mass drop Keens. It's purple. It's got the ones with the holes in it. And I like the knife. It's beautiful. It works really well. But I am so in love with this new one here that he had. And it's not new. This is quite a bit older. This one happens to be what you want to call it. It's kind of a semi-custom Ray Laconico Jasmine is what it's called. And it has what's called the upside down blade. Now, it just seems like if you could picture this blade being this way, of a lot of his other knives, the Keen without a little bit more or less of the protruding, the pointy tip. But you can see that that's how a lot of his knives are designed, where they've got that long sweeping belly. But this one here, he flipped everything upside down. He put a little bit of a false edge on there. Now, this one happens to be what's called a semi-custom. Now, what that means is Ray Laconico designed it. He also had these blades are hand ground, and then he actually takes them, does the fit and finish, the final build, and then he makes sure that they're tuned to his specifications, and then he actually signs them on the inside. Now, I'm going to see if you can see that in there. We'll see if you can see that. Here, let me see if I can grab a light here and get that in there, because this one happens to be, let's see here. We'll see if you can see it in there. My glasses, you can see right inside there. It's RL009. So there was only 500 of these made, and I happened to be lucky enough to snag one. And I have to say, Mr. Jeff, thank you so much, buddy, for putting this up for sale. I appreciate it so much. And I'm going to have a look at his. He's got some knives up for sale locally here in Calgary, and I'll have a look at and see if they've sold. If they haven't, I'll link them to him. He's got some really, really nice knives for sale, and at fantastic prices too as well. Jeff, he's a real good knife guy in Alberta, looking at starting his own YouTube channel, and I hope he does, because I really enjoyed talking to him. He's got a wealth of knowledge, and thank you so much, buddy, for this. Now, the next one here is courtesy of Alberta Firearms here. They are one of the, I'm not going to say sponsors, but they're just fantastic guys who, I get all my Spyderco knives from those guys. If it's brand new, it's coming from Alberta Firearms. They're going to be getting their website up online here pretty soon, so you don't want to if you're looking at, kind of a Spyderco, maybe hold off for a bit, buy it from a local guy here. And excellent fellas. We've got Steve, Dan, and Matt over there, and also Jay. He was there this weekend. We actually worked a gun show. I had 2 tickets to the gun show. But I actually worked their Spyderco booth there. Had a hell of a great time. Met some really good folks, and slung some iron, and it was fantastic. So I ended up picking up, while I was there, this Masad Ayub, and it is a really different bird. I mean, the first time I saw this was, I think, a Blade HQ video where they were doing, okay, Spyderco folks, what do you have in your pocket? And the lady actually doing the video, she had a one of these in her pocket. Hers happened to have been not the titanium, but the aluminum handle, and I think it was VG10 blade, and hers was fully serrated. Now this one happens to be kind of a once in a decade sprint run. This one here is CPM crew wear, and it's G10 with a couple of stainless steel liners. It is a lockback. It's got this negative angle, and I guess what his thinking is when you're actually doing this to self-defense, that the blade travels, or I guess the blade is in line with the long bones of your wrist, so it allows you to have the greatest strength and penetration, and the blade is not sitting high up at a prow, or lots of times when you're like this, where it'll deflect easy. So his philosophy and his design is that negative angle allows you to have greater penetration, less blade defection, and as well as a closer or a smaller opening arc. So I mean, really, you're moving that many degrees, where a lot of times you're moving that lax a little bit. Whether those hundredths of a second will help, will save you, I'm not 100% sure. Because I mean, I don't buy knives as a self-defense option. I buy knives because I love the way they look. I used to use them really hard in my job. I used to use them quite a bit, but most of the time I love having it in my pocket. If something needs to be cut, I'm the guy that people call. I love the look of them. I love the feel of them. I love fidgeting with them. Edged weapons, especially knives, are just a passion of mine, and I'm so glad that you folks come and see me here a couple or 3 times a week to discuss that passion, and I love hearing about your own passion too as well. But anyways, this one here happens to be a sprint run. It is G10. It is a back lock with a full kind of metal, a full stainless steel back here, and it's CPM crew wear. What crew wear is super tough, takes a wicked edge, and it keeps that edge for a long time. The only knock on it is it's not stainless. This was designed in Seki City, Japan. The fit and finish on this knife is excellent. It's drop shut. It flicks out. Can't really see inside here. Maybe you can a little bit. There's a couple of really big here. Let me see if I can get out that Olight again. Arkfeld. See if you can see. It's got a couple of big monster flat washers in there. So I mean, this has really got some good side to side strength. Now, despite being a real kind of on the thinner side here, blade thickness is 0.15 inches, which I'm not going to say. I'm going to say that's probably 3 mil, maybe just a smidge over 3 mil. Now, I'm looking at the wrong one. That is the Ray Laconico. Let's go back over here now to the Masad Ayub sprint run. Let's go here. So the overall length on this one is 8.65 inches. Now it is 5 inches close length, so it's got some length to it. Now the blade length is 0.118, and it's 3 mil. So you can see that one's got a little bit thicker on the Ray Laconico. It's 0.15, but it is a 4-position carry, tip up, tip down, left and right hand carry. The blade length is 3.69 inches. It seems like it's a little bit longer. This seems like closer to a 4-inch blade, but they call it as 3.69. Now the edge length is 3.3, so there is a long sweeping belly on there. The handle is G10 with a back lock, made in Seki City, Japan. The steel is the crew wear, and the weight is 4.9 ounces. And it's got what's called a saber grind. And I have to say that this thing here is one of the sharpest Spydercos that I have ever felt coming right out of the box, brand spanking new. It's got that sticky sharpness. And I have to say that when I was at the show there, I was playing with this a little bit, and I gave myself a little bit of a cut. It's kind of gone now. You can't really see it, but it's just a little tiny cut, and it was bleeding something fiercely for just being such a small cut. Now, I like this little golden Spyderco on the spoon clip. I haven't seen that for a while. Of course, it's got the painted black clip. I probably will end up putting a deep carry clip on this because, I mean, if something like this is a little bit, when it comes out of the pocket, it's not really, oh, hey, there's a guy with a box cutter. This is kind of a little more murdery looking than, say, something like this. Even though this has got this crazy kind of pointed tip on it, this is a little bit smaller, and I think people would kind of look at that as more of an object of beauty than an object of death. So that seems to be the kind of the back and forth of this. Now, we've still got some reviews coming up here. We've got the QSP Penguin that's going to be happening right away. We've got, another one here, another little thin gentleman's carry that's coming down the road too as well. And then we're going to be doing some comparisons. Also, hey, look, if you're a Leatherman fan, look out today here coming up. Oh, they've just announced it. I think it's called the Europe 75, which is a knife with some multi-tools on it. So it's coming out of Leatherman's Garage program, which has got some really, really cool stuff in it. I really like that Mr. Crunch. And it's too bad I didn't pick one of those up because those are going, I mean, you buy that thing, you turn around and 2 hours later you can sell it for $1,000 on eBay. And I just wish, yes, I know they're trying to generate a little bit of buzz about the brand, but damn it, make a little bit more. They only got 900 of those Europe 75, so hey, it's 10:21. After I'm done shooting this video, I'm gonna head and have a look and see if there's one available. I might end up picking up one of those things. But in the meantime, I just want to give you guys a look at this. If you like what you saw here, please don't forget to subscribe, as well as like it, give me the thumbs up, and share too as well. Help me spread my voice. I appreciate you guys so much out there. Now please stay safe out there. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.